Brian Posehn is in the studio, the most metal comedian you will ever meet. In addition to his love of heavy metal, Sarah Silverman and Conan O'Brien, where he's a regular on both their shows. You can see Brian this weekend at the Parlor Live in Bellevue, and you can pick up his new hour-long DVD, which is called The Fartist, at record stores on iTunes, Amazon, and Netflix.
It's a cultural high watermark, it's been called.
I love the giggle. That's why I did it.
You're the man.
When you name things, you hope that they get said out loud on radio.
Yeah, but it's not
and then
really.
People giggle.
It's not really a CD displaying your rectal tuba skills.
No. It's just me talking about it.
Yeah. For tickets to one of Brian's shows tonight or tomorrow, go to parlorlive.com at bobrivers.com. Brian Posehn, how are you?
I'm good. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, too. It's been a while. You're in Seattle now during the summer tourist season.
Mm-hmm.
It's the prime time.
Oh, it's your tourist season.
This is it. We have 3 weeks of sunshine.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know if you knew
I timed it out nice.
No. It's good. Because a lot of times, you come and you basically you get drenched and cloudy.
I don't
and depressed.
mind that, though. I could have lived up here.
Could have?
Yeah, I think I could have.
You still could. Life's not over.
Right.
Could have before I decided to never live there.
Right.
You're in L.A.?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And L.A. is like one big, giant, sprawling suburb, isn't it? There's not really, it's so big.
Yeah, there's more culture than you would think. But, and I grew up in the Bay Area. I grew up in Northern California, and we're bred to hate Los Angeles. But Los Angeles never thinks about San Francisco unless they're playing them in baseball.
Right.
But there's nobody down in L.A. cares about San Francisco hating them.
Is everybody in L.A. just like, I'm in L.A., and it's the center of their universe, and they figure it's the center of show business?
There is a little bit of that, but I live in the Valley, which is, it's really suburban where I live.
That's where the porn's made, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know your porn.
I do. Come on, I'm a connoisseur.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
You'll
I'm
be
not wrong.
And I'm not in the loop anymore, but there was a time.
I'm not in the loop anymore.
But
that begs a question.
Right. But there would be a time where I'd be, getting coffee, and it's like, oh, that girl. I just saw her do something horrible.
Oh no.
She must need
for
some
her
caffeine.
coffee.
I know she's tired. Yeah.
She's tired. Wow. Oh, you mean because you could
be
recognize people?
Not working, not as a barista, but no. But
No, just see them on the streets.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of that.
Wow.
Oh, that's that girl.
Where do they come from? Do they come from all over America to go there, or
I
do they
think
just?
so. Yeah.
And do they have a campaign in the local high schools saying, "Do not answer these ads"?
Well, they all come to get into film, but not the kind they end up in. That's pretty much it.
Right, and then Poison writes a song about him or something.
That's what happens.
Circle of life.
Out of the sewers and into the bed.
Hey, I saw you at Comic-Con. Were you working it or just up here to enjoy it?
Up here?
Yeah.
I was up here. I have a book now for Marvel, Deadpool, so I'm the current writer.
Sweet.
So I've been doing all the cons. And it's just a fun excuse to go to cool cities.
Yeah, you seem like you're really enjoying yourself.
No, I had a blast. Yeah.
Good.
Pedro tells me you have a hot wife, and I don't know why he says it that way. Maybe because
how does Pedro know?
It's kind of that.
Is he on the internet looking at my wife right now?
Yes, he is.
Comics. Women love a man who's funny. I think, and women. It's a stereotype, but women will ignore maybe a little bit of how he looks if he's incredibly charming.
Do you hear him saying anything that is displeasing to your ears?
I'm not saying you're not George Clooney,
Right.
but I probably should.
Clearly not.
Yeah.
There is a little bit of that, but then you also, I ran into a lot of girls, that you would hear that, like, girls love a sense of humor, and then I'd actually be funny around them, and they'd be like, you're weird. My sense of humor, I like Dane Cook, you're just weird.
No kidding. Wow.
But my wife got it, and no, I charmed her.
She loved you, and you charmed
Yes,
her.
yes.
Was she,
It's
when
been
you...
a long time, and I was super hot 15 years ago.
Oh,
I just let myself go. Once I got married, I was like, oh, I'm no
married,
longer on the market.
Let's go bald. Let's just grow a beard.
Let's gain 80 pounds.
Well, when you met her, did she see you at a show? Did you meet at a church fair?
We met at a party at my house. She worked for my manager. She was hired as the new assistant in the building, and all the comedians that were at my party like saw this girl,
and they all wanted her.
Yeah. So
what's her first name?
Melanie.
Melanie. Okay.
So I just
I
started
figured her last name is Posehn, right?
Yeah. Now. Yeah. Not when I met her.
So
I just started calling. I was kind of creepy in the beginning. So I would call my manager just to talk to her. And she was the assistant, and so I'd charm her. And
so you liked her,
and
right
then
away.
He'd get on the phone, and I'd be like, "Nah, I don't need you. I just wanted to
forget
talk
it."
to the cute girl."
I just wanted to hear Melanie's voice.
Put me on hold.
Yeah.
And she have a sweet voice.
Yeah.
And so when did you
Ask Pedro.
he loves her. Did you ask her out, like a scary ask her out, or did you get to be friends and it was obvious?
No, I did it the
hallucinogen.
nerd. I did it the nerd way of because by that time I had kind of learned my lesson of how to do that. I had a lot of failure at that point, so it was like, let's just go see some. I found out she liked music, and I was like, let's go see a band.
She went out as friends first.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Wow.
That's the way to do it, nerds.
All right, so just say, hey, be non-threatening.
Yes.
Almost act non-interested.
Don't even say the word
Is this
date.
like a Spider-Man thing, like where what's his name, Spider-Man can never get Kirsten Dunst, right? And
Right.
And
They're buddies.
And you just do stuff together. And does she realize, hey, I kind of like you? And does she make the first move?
It happened pretty quickly, and then I also had friends telling her, like other comedian girls were like, "Oh, he's really into you," and she's like, "Well, he doesn't act like it," Because I still had a little bit of that shyness.
That's cool,
Like
though.
I'd be at parties and she'd show up and I wouldn't even talk to her at a party. Like
On purpose?
No, not on purpose.
You
just-
leave kicking yourself, going,
Because you were scared to.
Yeah, a little bit of that in the beginning.
Oh, that's neat.
And that helped too.
It helped.
It's like, well, yeah, because
Being a
it's like,
jerk.
oh, how sweet. No, it wasn't
No,
a
because
jerk.
he's
It was like,
unattainable. Women
how
love that.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were playing the same old game. Yeah.
And so when it finally happened, and was it fast?
What are you asking?
I don't know. It's an open-ended question. You can take it any way you want. Like, did she just immediately start going out with you and you were an item?
Yeah, and then it happened pretty quickly.
That's cool.
And the sex was fast too, if that's what you're asking.
No, but that's a nice bonus to throw our way. Thanks.
I'm asking that the nerd way. I'm just not asking the direct question.
Right.
So, all right, cool. You have a new album. Mm-hmm. We've already gone over the title. We're not going to mention it again.
although there was a little dispute about that, what's mentioned in Pedro. He goes, that was my character. Pedro swears he invented that character years ago.
What? The fartist?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a character in college radio, and he was a fartist. He would show up every week and basically play music out of his buttocks.
So did you copyright I changed one letter in a word and now I own it?
No.
Tough cookies.
Well, it was one of the greatest inventions that we had in our show. It was very popular.
No, but that was a real thing, though. I don't think they've had that in a long time.
Is
but
that a real
was,
noun? Like, are there people who do that?
Yeah.
There was a guy-
I found that after I named the album. I was just doing a parody of The Artist.
Sure.
Of that movie that came out last year.
Oh, did you like that movie?
I never saw it.
Were you afraid to see it because it was black and white and nobody
No,
spoke?
Not afraid, but I just went, no, that's not for me. But I can make fun of it.
I'm accusing you of being afraid of it. People want, when they go to see something, they want a comfort level. And if people say, oh, there's no dialogue and it's in black and white, then I was afraid. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to enjoy this. I'm going to be bored.
No, I still want to see it. It's just I haven't had the time.
The easy answer
But,
is
yeah.
that you take a hallucinogen first and then put on Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh, okay.
It syncs up.
It all
Nice.
syncs up.
Of course it does.
Sure it does.
That guy, by the way, was Mr. Methane. There was a guy in Britain that was a legendary.
He's a
yeah,
true fartist.
recently,
Yeah.
but then
Yeah.
I think it goes back to like in the 1800s of that being an actual thing.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. That's
So-
if only there was a device that had information on it that you could look up.
Not.
Great
That-
musicians who
If only there was
played
some
their
sort
butts.
of.
It's out there.
Are you plugged in? You must be that way. Do you tweet and maintain a digital presence?
I do,
as you
not
go
as
through
much as my friends. I don't know how. My joke telling is more storytelling. So I don't really. I mean, my
Doesn't
brain-
fit in Twitter.
Yeah, it's hard to do the 140 characters. I mean, every once in a while I'll come up with a thing, and I feel like I have to because I use Twitter so much to plug shows. that, for the people following me, I like to mix it up and occasionally throw jokes in on there too, because I'll actually get grief of, hey, you're not funny on this.
Dude, all you're doing is trying to sell us something.
Yeah, selling your comic books, selling your CDs.
I saw you at Starbucks the other day. You weren't funny. What's up with that?
Right.
People expect you to be funny all the time, right?
Yes.
Does your wife expect you to be funny?
No, because she
expects you to.
She probably hates it. I know my wife, every time I say something that I think might be a little bit cute, she says,
hey, this isn't the radio, mister.
Right.
Yeah. No, I don't get that. That's still part of the, that's one of the things that works. I still make her laugh. It sounds corny, but I still love hearing that giggle.
Kids?
Yeah, we have a 4-year-old little boy.
Little boy.
Yeah.
Funny?
He is already. Yeah. A little weirdo. I'm kind of nervous for his future.
Yeah, of course.
You're raising a little you, aren't you?
Yeah, a little
cool.
bit.
Do you leave science books laying around and hope that he reads them?
No, but he's into Black Sabbath already, the things I'm into. So, yeah.
At 4?
Yeah. It gets into Daddy's car and he has to hear War Pigs right away. And it's pretty cool.
You got tickets for one of the big reunion shows? You going to go?
Yeah, I am actually going to go out in the fall.
Will he cry if you take him to the Wiggles? But love it if you take him to...
No, I would. I'd be inconsolable.
Brian, welcome to Bellevue. Check out Brian at the Parlor tonight and tomorrow, 7:30 and 10 o'clock. Information on the show at parlorlive.com, which we have linked at bobrivers.com. And do you when you come here, because I noticed you don't have a lot of tan, do you just comedy, go into your comedy room and then go to the show?
I don't see a lot of tan people up here either. So.
But Seattle, you're right about that.
You've got the complexion to live here.
But what I'm saying is, will you be spotted outdoors?
Oh, yes.
You will.
Spotted out like the Yeti?
Yeah, exactly.
There's a reward for your capture.
Running
Safe
through
capture.
the woods.
Yes. $1 million bounty right now.
Yeah.
So they may see you walking around. I mean, you're a pretty
yeah.
distinctive looking guy.
Sure.
Do you get a lot of fans come up to you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Dude, when I saw you at Comic-Con, people were just stopping you every 8 feet. Because, first off, you're 1.5 feet taller than everybody in the room.
Right.
But you're making your way through the crowd just unassuming, and I saw you just getting harangued
A
by
little
people
bit.
who love you.
Yeah.
Do you have an airport
Including me.
disguise of some kind? Or, because you probably travel all the time.
What would that be?
No, you know what I've run into, and I've talked with other comics about it? People don't really bug you at the airport because they're all in their own head. They all hate being there. You know what I mean? No one likes flying, so they're all, occupied. Very seldom do people come up to me at the airport. And then I usually, I'm wearing my headphones and a scowl. So that's my uniform
angry.
is
They've
just
got to break
of,
through two different things, your headphones and your demeanor.
Yeah.
Brian, good to see you as always. Thanks for taking the time to come
of
into our
course.
studio this morning when you could be doing so many other things.
Not too many.
Brian Posehn at Parlor Live, ladies and gentlemen. Our last word of the day winner is on the phone. It's Rich in Puyallup. Rich, go ahead.
Hey, I was wondering if I can get Nurse Nancy's phone number from you guys so I can get a big chunk of Dr. full of hallucinogen.
Hallucinogen is our word of the day.
Buy him pot. Oh, sweet.
All right, hang on. Here's your prize.
Yep, you got a pair of tickets to see legendary singer-songwriter Kenny Loggins at the Snoqualmie Casino this Sunday, July 14th at 7 o'clock.
Cool, right on, thanks.
So, hey, at the end of the day, if you want to nominate a word at the end, and Jody, it's up to Jody whether she wants to use it, but we do a last word of the day, any word in the English language, and then it's worth the prize the next time we say it on the radio.
No.
Perfect.
That leaves a lot of the words open for her to choose from.
And by the way, folks, we don't know.
Nominated nope.
Yeah, the word is no.
Nope. All right. We don't know if Jody will use that or not. You have to tune in next hour. Brian, always good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.